Hello and welcome to your Conestoga today. We are always excited to have you join us for another episode of conversations, insights, and stories that bring our Conestoga community and its communities closer together. I'm your host, Mamuzo Wonkoro. Remember our quote for this week: gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Those profound words by William Arthur Ward is a charge to focus our lenses on what we have rather than on what we do not have, what we can do rather than what we can't, appreciating the gifts and challenges that make our lives uniquely beautiful. So here at YCT TV, we are grateful for you for taking the time to engage with us, either online or in person. Thank you for the engagement, your feedback, likes, comments, and shares are appreciated. In that spirit of gratitude, we will be gifting one of our online followers a mini hamper, generously donated by our partner, Chatwells. If you want to win it, send a picture of yourself, and if you like, with your friends too, as a message to our Instagram page, ycttv.ca, on Thursday, December 12th, and on Thursday only. Today, we will delve into a theme that resonates deeply with all of us: creative ways to promote community connectedness. In a world that often feels so fast-paced and fragmented, we will explore how arts, sports, and innovative initiatives can bring people together, build bridges, and create lasting impacts. We have two incredible guests who embody the spirit of connection and transformation. First, we will hear from Heather Majaury of Gordon Miller, president of the Cambridge Tennis Club, who is championing the role of tennis in uniting neighborhoods and promoting resilience through sport. Later, we'll serve up a conversation with Heather Majaury, a passionate advocate for legislative theater and community building through the arts. Together, we will uncover how creativity can inspire social change and foster inclusivity. This is an episode packed with fresh ideas and a renewed appreciation for the power of coming together. But before we dive in, let's have a look at the weather update. Now, the weather update for today, starting from 11 a.m. across our cities, says: in Kitchener-Waterloo, temperature is around 0 degrees. Precipitation, expect light snow showers throughout the afternoon, and later in the evening, maybe it will dip down a little. Now, wind is really around 10 to 15 kilometers per hour, so just be aware. Now, if you're in the Cambridge region, the temperature today is around 1 degree Celsius. Our precipitation level is intermittent, snow flurries anticipated, and the wind is just about 10 to 15 kilometers per hour, just like it is in Kitchener-Waterloo. And in Milton, temperature ranges between 1 degree Celsius and minus 1. Precipitation says light snow expected in the early afternoon, and for wind, we have about the same 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. And in Guelph, the temperature is around minus 1 degree Celsius. We see a bit of snow showers likely with possible accumulation of 1 to 2 inches. Not so bad, but you know what would say it's winter, so a layer or two would save the day. And now to Ingersoll. Temperature is around minus 1 degree Celsius, and then we'll see light snow expected throughout the afternoon, and the wind is just pretty much about 10 to 15 kilometers per hour again. And to Stratford, we see minus 2 degrees Celsius. Precipitation level is snow showers anticipated with minor accumulation. And that's all for the weather report today. We head on now to traffic and see what are the lanes saying. Do we have smooth sail or there's a go and stop? Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so in Kitchener-Waterloo, let's see if the lanes are free or there are hiccups and red spots on the road. So just around here at Dune Valley Drive, the traffic is flowing smoothly around the Highway 401 near Homer-Watson Boulevard interchange, providing easy access to the campus. On Homer-Watson Boulevard, no significant delays reported, except a clear drive to the campus entrance. And to King Street East, we see that there's traffic moving well with no major delays near the campus. On Frederick Street, there's clear conditions observed, ensuring a smooth commute to the downtown campus. So it's looking like we're having a good day today, Conestoga. And in Cambridge, the Highway 401 traffic is flowing smoothly near the campus area. On Fountain Street South, no significant delays reported except a clear drive to the campus entrance. So it seems all pretty good and clear today. So no worries, no hassles, drive safe. And remember, if you do get stuck on a go slow, remember to turn on your playlist that would keep you busy as you commute today. All right, Conestoga, we will turn our attention now to our guest for today. All right, so art is more than just expression. It's a powerful force that brings people together, amplifies voices, and reshapes the way we see the world. Today, we're diving into the role of community-based arts in fostering social change, a topic that speaks to the heart of what it means to build strong, inclusive communities. Joining us today is someone whose work embodies the spirit of transformation. Heather Majaury is a force to be reckoned with, a coordinator. She is the coordinator of the Festival of Neighborhoods at the Social Development Center, Waterloo Region, and the artistic director of Kaleidoscope Productions or Collective. Her expertise in legislative theater, where art meets activism, is driving real change, one story, one performance, and should I say, one community at a time. How do creative projects spark dialogue? How can they reshape policies and improve lives? And most importantly, how can you be part of this artistic revolution? Well, we're about to find out, so get comfy and get ready to be inspired. It's good to have you on the show today, Heather Majaury.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I want to say you have a pleasant face. You're always smiling, and it puts everybody at rest. I feel so comfy around you right now.
Okay, good. All right.
So you do have a number of artistic expressions. You are a workshop facilitator, a storyteller. You're also a creative director. You are also, what am I missing out here? You're also a legislative, what do we call that now? Professional. You're also within that space where you talk about legislative theater and use art to cross, social change. When did you find that passion? And when did you decide that legislative theater was my thing?
Sure. So when I was in my 30s, my early 30s, I had my daughter, and we became homeless about 5 weeks after she was born.
Oh.
And I had already been doing a lot of work in theater, what's called theater of the oppressed, as well as feminist theater. And we finally did get some very precarious housing at some point, and we had taken a troupe of single mothers, including myself, to Toronto, and we attended a session that Augusto Boal was the main speaker, and he was developing this process, or this new complex version of the work he was doing, called legislative theater. And he did this in Brazil. And he ended up winning an election and going on council. So through that process, he was able to innovate the legislative process to be able to create actual law. So they promulgated, I guess, about 13 laws at the time.
Amazing.
Yeah, by deploying people trained in theater to work in neighborhoods to find out what the primary needs were in the neighborhoods and what kind of laws they wanted. So it was a really strong democratizing process, and it was an experiment. It only lasted for 4 years, but I found an incredible amount of passion around that because I was dealing with the situation with poverty as it was. So that's where that birthed from. But I kind of expand it now, and that's why we have the Kaleidoscope 2-minute play laboratory. And that's where we're able to take what's called applied theater techniques and work with people who have lived experience with different social challenges and be able to bring those to life using what's called simultaneous dramaturgy. And then we're able to dramatize the narratives that people bring, that they want to bring forward, to produce and exchange knowledge at the community level.
Amazing.
That's a lot.
But I'm telling you, we're following, okay?
Okay, good.
So, but let me just quickly mention here that Conestoga is in collaboration with United Way. Mm-hmm. And right now we've extended the Building Community Together campaign till December 13th, which is this Friday.
Right. And
I'm mentioning this because I know that you were also a big part of United Way's campaign sometime through the ABTC project, where your 2-minute play showed or shed light on precarious homelessness or housing and precarious living in the Kitchener-Waterloo region. Could you tell us a bit more about that project?
Well, the United Way has been instrumental in supporting the Social Development Center, and it's been really important with helping us develop programs such as our eviction prevention program. And so I believe the United Way also supports a Better Tent City and helps with that infrastructure. So it's a crucial organization to making sure that community services continue in this region. So yeah, so in the play, which you were a part of, we have to have full disclosure.
I know.
Well, this is important though. You played Nadine, who is the coordinator of a Better Tent City, and which was a lot of fun. That was one of the things we did with the process, was we partnered people. So there was the storyteller who transformed into a story holder, because we respect those stories as a person's intellectual property. And through that process, then through connecting with the community animator who has been trained in some of the skills on how to enact and embody these stories, we were able to actually have you play Nadine while Nadine is in the room, and it's really fun. Which is kind of a weird thing to say when we're talking about homelessness, because Nadine runs a Better Tent City, which is a community of 42 tiny houses. They're quite small, and there's over 50 people who live there on a regular basis. And they also have visitors come. And so the play itself was looking at a typical night at Better Tent City when people are dealing with extreme weather, which is all the more important now because we have a situation where we don't have any official warming centers that are 24/7 in the area. And a Better Tent City used to be a place that would never turn anybody away. That was something that was just very crucial. Unfortunately, due to circumstances as they are, we're going to have a really big gap this winter, because they aren't going to be able to continue to do that. So the play itself really does reflect a moment in time that is so important for the community to understand, and to understand the philosophy of compassion that comes with the work that Nadine does, which you embodied awesomely.
Wow. I want to say thank you so much. And I'll say this very quickly. You know, that project for me, was very transformative, especially because it gave me a chance to self-discover. I went through a self-discovery journey for myself. I have never been homeless, like I said to you, but just being in that character and projecting what it is to care for those who are homeless, you know, made me understand the weight that society bears. And it's different for different people, depending on what side of the society you're on. Either you're the victim, or you're the victor, or you're just helping out to resolve the difference between both parties. And it's beautiful because I remember you inspired me to sing a song, or rather to write a song. Yes. I'm not a professional singer, but if I may, I'm just going to sing that song because I feel like you just said, just to top up what you said, this is winter. Many people are homeless, and they do need shelters. And hopefully there's some message I can share across with our viewers. Can I sing the song?
Sure, it's your show.
Okay, so it says, make room for him. He's scarred with rejection and pain. Make room for him. Is as human as you are. Make room for him. And show him that the world still cares. Make room for him. He needs our home. And that was the song we sang, the first time we had that project, because we were saying we wanted to push and drive, efforts towards solving the homeless issues around this region. And I hope that someone who's listening today can do something. You mustn't do so much, but the little you can do to help anyone who's homeless, who needs a shelter, who needs a winter coat in this cold season would be great. Besides, it's the holiday season where we need to gift gifts. So think about those who do not have, who are vulnerable, who you can support and help. So back to our conversation, Heather. I love what you do because, like I said to you, backstage, it is the transformation and the social change that what you're doing is creating for the community. We never knew a lot about homelessness until you shed light through the 2 Minutes Project. Now, can you tell us a story where your legislative theater was able to change, even if not a law, but at least move people from one point to the other?
So I can say right now that we haven't really progressed fully into a legislative model, but that's the goal, is to hopefully be able to use these pieces to then inform policymakers and also work democratically with our community to find policy change. We've been working a lot with the region, with the plan to end chronic homelessness, which is a technical team that I belong to, where we're looking at human rights, that we base everything on a human rights approach to encampments and a human rights approach to housing insecurity. And that's kind of the core of where we're trying to humanize these stories so people can then connect those dots between what human rights are and then where our policies and our laws are not connecting in a meaningful way to decriminalize homelessness and to also encourage the kind of builds we actually do need in this area, which are rent geared to income builds. We've lost a lot of those over the years to financialization. So that's one of the root causes, which is why we did the one play, which was about hidden homelessness, which was called Love Seats,
Yes.
which you were also a part of. Love Seats was a piece that we were able to use some of the unpacking methodologies that you can use that bring audiences in connection to the play. It's what we call breaking the fourth wall. And so audiences are then able to come up and change the action inside the play. And it gives everybody a chance to rehearse for life. But it also allows us to introduce what sometimes can feel very intimidating, which is legal concepts and laws, and start to break those down so people can feel like they can contribute to the creation or change of those laws to affect possibilities that maybe we've not even thought of. So I kind of consider it an innovative way to consult with community that is full-bodied and allows people to connect on that really deeply human level, which is really profoundly necessary and needed in these times, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we have the other play that we started, which was about child apprehension, which was a
I
really
was gonna
tough
ask
topic.
that. Yeah.
So the thing about that play is that we've been working very carefully with the storyholder to be able to be sensitive to those issues, because then we're starting to deal with systemic trauma and what happens in our systems and how they function. And when you're very vulnerable, this was a piece that I really related to because of my own circumstances. And I all lived in a great deal of fear when I was raising my daughter that social services could intervene and remove my child. And that doesn't really help. It's not necessarily, I think our society believes that if we just remove children from situations, that then that's solved. And that's not the case. That's a trauma that is now become intergenerational. And so there are other ways to approach these things. But we're also in circumstances currently where there are a lot of political shifts where we don't have the necessary infrastructure and funds that we need to make sure that all of those wraparound services are really strongly there for vulnerable families.
That's great.
Yeah.
And having been in a couple of your workshops before, Heather, I could tell, I mean, there's something you're also passionate about. You always speak about resilient communities.
Yes.
Could you please break that down for us? Because, I mean, we use some of those words, but
Yes.
sometimes we don't exactly know what they mean.
Right.
What does it mean to have resilient communities?
So resiliency is about being able to not forget or overcome a challenge, but to be able to pick yourself up from that challenge and be able to move forward. And resilient communities, we often place that on the individual, but really it takes a community that is set up and ready to hold people in their darkest and most difficult times. That's what creates resiliency in a community. And if you don't have those connections, you can become very vulnerable very, very quickly. And so that's what I think of when we're doing work like this. We're always building community. So people get to know each other, they connect. They now build their own community outside of the workshops, which is always really beautiful to see. The animators that work on the storyholders' stories, I find, build quite strong bonds. And to me, that's what resilient community is.
That's amazing. And now let's do something very fun. Remember one of those workshops, engagements,
Yes.
activities, the circle and the plus?
Yes.
I'll let you lead. So
Okay, because we were going to have you lead this one. So that's one of the things we do, is that we train the animators so that it's not just me doing this, it's that everybody is able to do these exercises and work, and we pass it on, which is kind of another part of this. It's not an exclusive star system or anything like that. It's actually very community based. Anybody can act if they want to. So this is a really simple game. It's a little bit of a brain teaser, and we do it when we're warming the audience up, because they are going to have to build that courage at some point to potentially go, stop, I'm going to change the action. And so we just give them a few techniques that allow them to feel more comfortable, have a bit of fun, and also kind of connect to the actors' challenge, which is to kind of do two things at one time. So, and it's fun because most people can't do it, but you ready? So all I ask is that whatever hand you write with, you just make a circle.
make a circle.
All right, everybody, you're supposed to do this.
Make a circle.
You're going to do this at home. All right. And then with the other hand, you're going to make a plus sign. Go for it.
Simultaneously. Now,
Right.
I am still bad at this.
I still suck at it as well. So I've never mastered it, but there's always, often, one or two people who can actually do it. And so we joke about that, because we're like, you see, you need that special neurodivergency, that gift to be able to handle doing that. But it's really a great way. It's an icebreaker that helps people kind of put down the defenses a bit and have some fun.
Okay, so let's talk about your work as coordinator of the neighborhoods festivals.
Yes.
Of the Waterloo region. How does that play out into our community, and what should we expect in the near future?
So the Festival of Neighborhoods, I've been coordinating that for the last couple of years, and it's been around for 30 years. And
Ooh,
it
that
is,
long?
yeah, and it's an enabling type of body where we support and amplify what neighborhoods, what neighbors already do. We're starting to move towards looking at vertical villages and what challenges there are there in terms of what's now being called the epidemic of loneliness. We partnered with a Better Tent City, and that's how we were able to also work on that play, because we saw a Better Tent City as one of our neighborhoods, and we were looking at an equity approach to how do we serve and connect people who might not otherwise know each other. And that's a really big part of the Festival of Neighborhoods, is building those kinds of links and that community resiliency. So that's basically what we do. We used to give a grant for infrastructure and to build kind of what we would call bricks and mortars kind of placemaking possibilities in neighborhoods. The Love My Hood program at the City of Kitchener is now really able to take that on. So that kind of frees us up to do more relational programming as well.
All right, Heather, it's been great speaking with you. But just before I let you go, is the holiday season, any words for our community members?
Well, have a wonderful holiday, everybody. I plan on having one. And remember, we really do need to care about people in our community who are going to be spending their time outside without protection this winter. And it is a really serious issue.
Your little contribution in cash or kind can make a difference. So don't hold back. Do what you can to make someone's holiday season very special. And it's been great speaking with Heather Majaury, coordinator of Neighborhoods Festival at the Waterloo region. SDC, it's a long name, Social Development Center,
Waterloo
region. And of course, the artistic director of Kaleidoscope Collective. It's been great speaking with you. And that's a wrap for this segment. We will go on a short break now. When we return, we will be speaking with Gordon Miller, and that will be Bruce taking on the chair. It's been great speaking with you, Connor Stiger. Until next time, bye. Oh, and for today's menu, we do have shepherd's pie or veggie shepherd's pie with small soup or Caesar salad only for $9.99. So if you're hungry or feeling peckish, you know where to go. Place your order and have a good warm meal.
Good luck today.
Thanks, man.
How I'm loving life these days. I see it falling into place. It's coming together. I don't even need to chase it. You see it written on my face. It's the right time, right place. How I'm loving life these days. It's the right time, right place. How I'm loving life these days.
Everybody at Conestoga, please welcome Jordan Kilgannon.
I got to grow up with a father who I looked up to, who showed me what it takes to make it in sports, and a mom and stepdad who showed me what it takes to make it with the rest of my life. The thing I love about dunking, the way I take it more as an artist and as a way to develop myself and go all out. So when I saw that, I was like, let's see what happens if I go all out. If I sacrifice everything else I love and just go for this one thing and master this one thing. So I guess my biggest accomplishment is the fact that I got to live the life that I did, being a pro dunker, traveling the world, and doing what I love. Like, it's no idea that was possible. So I'm just grateful for that.
There's a lot of challenges that our leaders are facing in not-for-profit right now. So the work we're doing here is going to help alleviate that. We're hoping that it helps to actually amplify and contribute to the work you're doing. You're in this room right now with some of the brightest lights in communications and design. Everyone here deserves a giant round of applause for your fantastic work.
On 2 or 3? Okay. And welcome back to Your Conestoga Today. We're here with Gordon Miller, a local tennis enthusiast and the founder of Tennis Cambridge. Gordon, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me on the show, Bruce.
Thank you for joining us. So, fun fact, I've known Gordon since I was around 14. We've had a long working relationship. We both play at the same tennis club in Cambridge, the Cambridge Tennis Club. And Gordon is also the current president of that club as well, aren't you, Gordon?
It's my second term, actually. I was a president of the club from about 2014 to 2018 while I was working. It was a lot of work, so somebody else took over the presidency in 2018. I assumed the role of past president, and in that capacity I identified that there was a shortage of indoor tennis facility. So between 2018 and 22, I was a past president. I fought for an indoor facility, then became president again in 2022. So I'm currently the president.
And that brings us to today, folks. The main thing that we want to talk about is Tennis Cambridge. As you mentioned before, you're a big advocate for indoor tennis, not just in Cambridge, but the KW area. And so, Tennis Cambridge, in your own words, describe what that initiative is.
Okay, Tennis Cambridge is a coalition of the three tennis clubs. It used to be four. The three tennis clubs in Cambridge, which would include Hespeler Tennis Club, Victoria Park Tennis Club, and Cambridge Tennis Club. On the advice of the city of Cambridge, I gathered together the presidents of these clubs. We had a meeting. We decided on a name. The name Tennis Cambridge was born, and we followed up from there.
Perfect. And so again, just what's the history of Tennis Cambridge? What was the beginning of that?
Well, in 2022, we established a name. 2023, I established an online presence. Got a domain and an email address, tenniscambridge.ca. And we worked with that for 2023. Not very much happened. In 2024, we took on a new initiative for online marketing. So now we can reach out to a community of supporters of an indoor tennis facility, and I can guarantee you that in the whole region there is great support for an indoor facility in this neck of the woods.
And I understand that you brought a PowerPoint with you today, Gordon, and a few other goodies here as well, if you can take a look at those.
I did. Well, first of all, maybe I can show off
let's do that.
The Tennis Cambridge banner. We showed this banner at the launch of the soccer complex on Fountain Street, June 15th, 2024. And we showed it at the Active Living Fair at Hespeler Arena on October the 1st. So it has served as well. It shows a map of the region of Waterloo and the general location of clubs within the region.
I recognize a lot of the clubs here at the bottom of the poster. Victoria Park Tennis Club, Hespeler Tennis Club. Unfortunately, GSM Tennis Club closed around a year ago.
Yes.
And again, I'm guessing that's part of the reason why you saw the need for a new indoor facility.
Well, yes, indeed. Well, there was a huge vacuum left with the closure of GSM Tennis Club. For 5 years, and this is a greedy aspect. For 5 years, I had a hitting partner. We hit 2-3 times a week, every week, and I really felt myself improving so much to the point where I became infatuated with tennis. I got a sense of desire for tennis, which is kind of maybe exacerbated, is that the right word?
I think maybe, yeah.
With the rise of Canadian tennis superstars, which is a great influence on youth.
I do remember that era, like 2019 to the present, when Bianca Andreescu, Denis Shapovalov, Felix Auger-Aliassime, they all were just rising stars at that time, and it was just hard not to get into tennis during that time.
That's right. It explains the emphasis on Tennis Canada to develop juniors. They have many programs, including a community. I think it's on one of my slides here. A community grant. Tennis Canada will provide to municipalities a grant of up to $250,000 to help create an indoor tennis facility. That's how serious they are about furthering the ambitions of aspiring junior tennis players.
And it's just so great to see the big corporations and nonprofits being able to help out the little guys like us.
It is. And that leads to a very important other question, and that is sponsorship. In the future, very soon, 2025, we have a meeting scheduled with the mayor, and we are going to, the city of Cambridge are very interested in furthering indoor tennis in the Cambridge area. So we hope to continue with that in the new year, because funding is a very important part of creating a tennis facility. Tennis facility can be one of a few things. One can be a bubbled facility, which nowadays can be quite state of the art. Another can be a standalone tennis facility, featuring your gyms, your snack bars, nutrition areas, possibly squash courts, other racket sports.
Right.
But it all starts with funding, number one. Number two is the will. Well, we have the number two.
Perfect. And with that, I think that's a good segue into the rest of the PowerPoint, Gordon.
Okay.
Let's take a look at that first slide.
Okay, first slide. Well, first of all, the goals of Tennis Cambridge are they're very much aligned with the goals of Tennis Canada. We have a purpose. We want to champion a positive tennis experience. We want to be a leading tennis organization in the area, in the region. Our mission is to lead the growth, development, and promotion of tennis in Cambridge, and we have a strategy, a separate strategy to handle that. We have exciting new programs, including we have a program called Tiny Tots Tennis. What makes this so interesting is that we have devised a method of lesson plans and checklists that ensure that we can address this particular portion of the tennis audience. This is pre-tennis.
I think we do have a video of that, of some of the Tiny Tots, if we can get that on the screen.
Okay.
While waiting, why don't we continue on with the PowerPoints?
Okay. And our values are the same as Tennis Canada: passion, integrity, innovation, excellence, accountability, of course. And the Tennis Cambridge organization,
and now the video is here. I see that's one of your students.
Okay.
And that's you, Gordon, right?
Yes, it is.
Can you explain what's happening in the video right now?
Okay. Well, this is a 3.5-year-old, a 3.5-year-old student, and he illustrates the challenges with this age group. They don't always respond to every instruction or every gesture, but they're very willing. They try hard, and it will be a challenge for coaches to get up to speed on the program.
Perfect. And let's see where the rest of the video goes.
Okay.
Well, actually, we'll come back to that video later. Let's continue the PowerPoint. Let's go to the next slide.
Okay. Yeah. So one thing I wanted to discuss with you, Bruce, was a picture of the tennis landscape in the Waterloo region. And when I say the Waterloo region, I mean Waterloo and area. Guelph cannot be discounted from region of Waterloo. So within including Guelph, we have 2 indoor tennis facilities available just now. Shown, and this here is a map of the region of Waterloo, showing Waterloo, Kitchener, Cambridge. Incidentally, I know you're probably aware that Kitchener has 0 tennis clubs, 0 indoor tennis facilities, 0 tennis clubs.
Yeah.
So a lot of Kitchener tennis players are members of Waterloo Tennis Club, along with the universities, which make up a huge portion of the membership of Waterloo Tennis Club. And down in Cambridge, we have the three outdoor facilities. Shown in this PowerPoint here. It shows a listing of every club in the Waterloo region. The three Cambridge clubs are outlined at the bottom there.
Yes.
Possibly the best example that I could give of an indoor tennis facility is Royal City in Guelph. It's a 6-court facility, bubbled. It has a little clubhouse, change rooms, and they operate on a pay as you play model.
Right.
And they are booked from October to April. They are booked at a 98% booking level. It's extremely difficult to get a court.
It's very just overfilled right now. It's I wouldn't say oversaturated, but you can just see the interest that's there. And again, there's not enough clubs to see to that, to serve those that interest.
To serve that exactly. And I know if anybody in the tennis community will be aware of Harry Greenan.
Yes.
He is the head coach at Royal City, and he runs programs. He claims that he has a long waiting list for people wishing to learn tennis. Harry is a guru, and he is a major player in our movement to acquire an indoor tennis facility.
He's Harry Green, and I remember him from when I was still coaching. Just someone I look up to a lot, actually, in the tennis,
Well,
in the tennis atmosphere.
Harry Greenan and John Tibbetts, the president of this college, as a matter of fact, they are at a similar level. They're both champions of their age groups, and both have the same desires for an indoor tennis facility for Cambridge.
Perfect. And what's on the next slide, Gordon? Just curious.
Okay, well, I've been playing tennis since 2023. Well, no, sorry. Let me first say that in 2023, almost 5 million Canadians picked up a tennis racket. Why? Well, tennis is an affordable, safe, and inclusive sport. And affordable, all you need is a tennis racket, a pair of shoes. It's a sport for life. As you know, Bruce, you learn from a very early age. You can learn tennis from an early age, a tiny tots age, 3.5, and you can learn and play until you're 94 or older. We know some 94-year-old tennis players.
We do. No, yeah.
It's such an appealing sport. For me, tennis started, as I mentioned, in 2018, hitting regularly with a hitting partner, so that when GSM Tennis Club closed in 2023, a huge vacuum.
It was a sad day for a lot of people,
for a
myself
lot
included.
of people, and mostly juniors. GSM hosted amazing, comprehensive junior tennis programs.
And there's not a lot of programs like that anymore in the area here. Not a lot of Tennis Canada supported programs for juniors.
For juniors, no. I cannot speak for junior development in Waterloo Tennis Club, although I'm sure there's a whole bunch of junior development going on there. But there is a lot of junior development takes place at Royal City. So, but that requires a 45-minute commute from Cambridge to Guelph, and I'm sure the powers that be would prefer to have everything centralized in Cambridge.
And again, it just shows the need for something here in Cambridge.
It highlights the need, underscores the need for an indoor facility. Yes.
Exactly.
So you might be curious about some of the options and barriers for an indoor facility.
Right.
Well, oddly enough, finding land is one of the major barriers, and this is where the city can come in and help. Landscapes are changing. Very recently, we had the Cambridge Youth Soccer. They moved into a new soccer complex on Fountain Street. So they moved out of Riverside Park Soccer Complex, leaving a whole area for, who knows, development pursuit. But and there are several other areas within Cambridge that the city will be looking at when we consider our serious meeting with the mayor in 2025.
And we're looking forward to that date.
We're anxiously, yes, yeah. And I should say that we're still open to whether we should have a bubble or a dedicated hard facility. The management model is something else. Pay as you play, as I mentioned. It can be volunteer run. It can be a cooperative management system between the city and private owners. It can be private owners in the winter and the city in the summer. A number of options we can consider. One of the most promising ventures was a recent proposal to the city to convert a hockey arena into a forecourt tennis facility. Now, if we could transition, like I do have some slides that I can show.
Yeah, we might as well go ahead and skip to those, I think. Yeah.
Skip to those.
Yeah,
okay.
we can show those right now.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, how long have we been seeking an indoor facility? I think we have already covered that.
Yeah, we can skip that slide.
Okay, and I just wanted to show your audience some graphics, some fun, totally fun graphics to do with the newsletter that we're proposing to start. Starts with the Tennis Cambridge Today, which will be the name of the newsletter, and you'll see a little graphic on the side there advertising our AGM, which took place December the 5th of this year, and a poster for the finance department. Financing is a huge part of Tennis Cambridge. Our ultimate goal is to have a facility that will generate money, funds. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars every year between memberships and court fees. And so the question then is, how do you, and the proceeds to be put towards improving the current tennis facilities. So how do you go about doing that? Who decides? The city? I don't think so. Tennis Cambridge? Yes. The treasurer, and it could be a paid treasurer of Tennis Cambridge, would decide to they would decide in collusion with the other executive members how the portions of proceeds that would go to each club. Right. For example, Cambridge Tennis Club needs Hartrue every year, like maybe $1,500 worth of Hartrue plus installation every year. Victoria Park and Hespeler, every 6 or 7 years they need to be resurfaced. There have to be funds for that, and the city budget cannot always look after that. So that, add in lighting, and there are many expenses with locally run outdoor city clubs before we even get into an indoor tennis facility.
Right, right. Let's see where the pictures for the arena were. For the indoor tennis courts, yeah.
How do we get to that slide?
We can just, it should be keep forward, right?
Forward?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No
Sorry
worries.
about that.
And, oh, my mistake. I think that was in the other PowerPoint that we had.
It was.
That's all right.
Okay. All right.
But I did have a question, Gordon, about the club, the indoor tennis club. Basically, outside of just generating more tennis enthusiasm in the area, what other outcomes do you see coming from the project?
Well, apart from the project, apart from increased junior development, apart from revenue generation, apart from being a community hub and an outlet for a growing population of people who have lived with tennis, desire to play tennis, you have the benefits of having an indoor tennis club. The benefits of having it have many ripple effects that over the years can help the city, the image of the city, and can help the tennis community at large.
Personally, I hope that there are more pro athletes that come out of this area once we have an indoor facility again. Just a year-round training facility would just sound great on paper and just great in real life as well.
Great in paper in real life. Yes, it would be interesting to see some stars, and we have had some stars, early stars develop through here, like David Anderton jumps to mind right away. He is a protege of the Cambridge Tennis Club. He went through the system with a long time, a person I admire, Mark Lehman. I don't know if you remember
Lehman.
Lehman.
Oh yeah, I remember Mark. He's a good guy. Yeah.
Tennis fun. Well, he developed David Anderton to become a champion. So much so that he won a scholarship to go to the States, and he actually has indicated his interest in Tennis Cambridge. He has expressed his interest in becoming part of an indoor tennis facility.
And that's good. Perfect.
So that's another outcome. Like, people from all over are contacting me, expressing interest.
Excellent. And that's just like fostering more community growth as well.
Community growth, yes. Yeah.
I have a quote here from the Tennis Professional Association of Canada, Gordon. When I was coaching, they trained me, and basically their motto was, tennis is more than just a sport, it's a lifestyle. Do you want to give your thoughts on that statement?
Yeah, tennis is a lifestyle, yes. Well, that I certainly kind of agree with that. I think for me, the importance of having a hitting partner was most important because over the years I was able to groove my strokes, and as an older citizen of Cambridge, this was important to me. So I think that having somebody to hit with, having a community of like-minded individuals is a great way to further the aims of an indoor club.
Perfect. And just final thoughts, Gordon, before we have a little surprise for you. What makes tennis such a great sport for everybody to play?
Yeah, don't get me started, Bruce, because tennis has everything. You can do as much or as little with tennis. You can learn as much or as little in tennis. You can always improve. You can always feel great about the sport. You can always feel challenged, and there are numerous benefits from tennis as a sport. And again, like soccer, it's inexpensive, it's safe, it's accessible. Wheelchair tennis is an industry in Canada in terms of Tennis Canada. So that.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Gordon. The surprise that we had for you was you mentioned hitting partners earlier, and I understand that you brought your rackets with you.
Yes.
And I'd be happy just to do a little bit of a skill test right now on camera, if you don't mind. All right.
Oh, you can. That's a surprise.
That was good. I think your tennis bag is right there, so we can bring out these bad boys. We don't have to stand up or anything like that.
Okay.
So another fun fact, when I first started coaching, Gordon was one of my first students. You were, yeah, if you remember. Yeah. So, go ahead and grab some tennis balls.
There should be tennis balls in here. Okay.
I think we should stand up for this, shouldn't we?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. How about we could just pass the ball in between each other. Just some light volleying back and forth.
All right, yeah.
All right.
All right, yeah.
I think that's a good amount of space. Ready? Oh, there we go. I'm still rusty. The student has officially become the master, everybody.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead, Gordon. Oh, nope.
Okay, try again.
See if we can get 10 in a row. Oh, there we go.
1,
2, 3, 4.
okay, 4. Try again.
1,
2.
No, that's
Okay.
all right. It's all right. I
Okay.
think, not to, no offense, but I think these balls might be a little worn out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I think that's good. Oh, well, let's do one more test. Can you grab another ball, Gordon?
Yeah.
Yep, and just one more for me. Let's practice some ball control. So basically, just follow the leader. Just try bouncing up on your racket, and then flip over to the other side, to the backhand side. Oh,
Okay.
I can't even do it, so I don't even know what I'm trying to get you to do.
Well, Bruce,
See who can go longer. Okay. On the count of 3, we'll do one more. Who can go longer? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
All right. We're not stopping. And now
Oh, Bruce,
it's a battle of the Titans going on, everybody. All right. And now try going back and forth between frames, Gordon.
Bruce.
All right. You got me. Thank you, Gordon. That's really good.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you. And this has been your Conestoga Today with Gordon Miller, again, the founder of Tennis Cambridge. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at ccdtv.ca and also our YouTube channel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great day. Yeah.